Jane, I'm home. Where are you? I'm in the office, John. What you doing in here? Same thing I've been doing since 12 o'clock this afternoon. Sitting here trying to call all these people, trying to figure out how we're going to keep the lights on and keep our house from being foreclosed on. Wait, what? You need to come in here and sit down because we need to talk about this. Do we have to do it right now, Jane? I just worked 10 and a half hours and I'm really tired. And you know what, John? I am really tired too. And my anxiety is through the roof and my head is splitting. Where are the kids? They're downstairs playing in the playroom. They're fine right now. Can't we do this after dinner? No, we cannot do this after dinner because after dinner is bath time and bedtime and homework time. And by that time, I'm going to be sleeping because I'm really flippin' tired right now. Okay. All right. So John goes into the office, sits down. What did you find out? We're screwed. Wait, what? What do you mean we're screwed? Well, this is where we're at, John. So I called the mortgage company. They were talking about doing this loan modification and it was too much for my head to even think about. The best thing that they can do right now is they can take whatever money is past due, which is $2,100, and split it up. So wait a minute. So we can't afford the $2,100. So now we have to pay $3,200 a month? Well, John, what do you think that they're going to do? Just forget about the amount that's past due? To be able to have to go through this loan modification and rewrite I don't know. He was just talking about, it just made my head hurt, John. All of this paperwork and crap that we'd have to go through to be able to, oh my gosh. All right. And the electric bill, it needs to be paid by Friday. It's Monday. It needs to be paid by Friday or they're going to shut the lights off. It's $525 past due. We've got to be able to come up with the money to pay for that by Friday. Or she was just mean and obnoxious, and she wanted nothing to do with this. We have to pay for it by Friday. Okay. What else? Cell phone is the same thing as the mortgage. She can take whatever's past due, split it in half, and just add it on to whatever, for March and April to be able to catch the account, you know what I mean, back up. And the only gleaming light in this whole thing was the truck payment. So what he could do, and he already emailed me the paperwork, and I have already filled it out and sent it back to him. Whatever's past due on the account right now, he can take that amount and add it on to the end of the loan. And that would just automatically catch the account back up. Now, we're not paying it off any sooner, and there was like a, I don't know, $50 processing fee or something along those lines. I don't know. He sent me the paperwork. I signed it. I sent it back. He said within the next 48 hours, the loan will be current, and as long as we, it's a one-time deal. So if they'll never offer it again. It's just something that they do to be able to catch accounts back up. But it'll never be offered to us again. So we need to keep current on it because after that, we're just going to have to pay whatever we owe. So as far as the car payment is concerned, it's up to date. So we're just going to have to sit down in the next couple of days and just figure out, how we're going to pay all of this. First and foremost, you get paid on Friday. We're going to have to, we've got to pay the electric bill or else we're going to be sleeping in the dark. You know what I mean? We're not going to have anything. We'll have no electricity in this house whatsoever. And then tomorrow, which is Tuesday, on my lunch hour, I'm going to try to make some more phone calls for the other 5 people that we are past due on. All of a sudden, John's phone buzzes. And so he picks it up. He takes it out of his pocket and he picks it up. He goes, well, how would you like a little bit of good news? Oh, please give me good news. I sold the boat. Really? How much did you sell the boat for? $1,500. Oh, John, it's a start. Thank you. I'm so sorry that you had to sell your boat. I think you and the kids were more attached to it than I was. I'm more attached to the motorcycle. But my guy at work will buy it off of us. So he's going to come this weekend and pick it up. Okay. Well, that's a really good start because that will at least cover the $1,100. Well, the $1,100 and probably most of the electric bill. The $1,100, which is half of what we're past due on the mortgage. So we can make the mortgage payment and then add on the $1,100. That'll be for March. And then we're just going to have to come up with the same thing for April. And then it'll be current. And then we'll have to, I'll have to figure out, because she said she's going to shut off the electricity on Friday morning. Well, my check goes in on Thursday night. So if we pay it, it won't clear the account until Friday morning. All right. I'll work through that the best way we can. Because remember, the checking account is still $220 overdrawn. So we're going to have to sit down on Thursday night and budget out what your check is and what we're going to have to be paid. Well, he's going to come on Saturday and pick up the boat. And he said he'd pay me $1,500 in cash. That is great news. We're just going to have to do it. We're just going to have to do it. And then this weekend, I will also start purging the kids' clothes and the toys and stuff like that, and start to get that up on Facebook Marketplace and see what we can, what else we can pay off. Okay, and I'll see what tools. I've got a bunch of tools out there. Maybe we can throw those up there also and see how much money we can get for some of those. All right. Okay, well, that's my headache for today. Tomorrow at lunch, I'll call the other companies and see kind of where they are and what we can do with them. Okay. All right, let's go get the kids. I need to just put this away for right now. I can't look at it anymore. I have a screaming headache. The kids are going to bed early. I'm going to bed early. We're all going to bed early because we're all tired. Okay, Jane, let's go get the kids. Let's have some dinner. I've got some stuff in the crock pot that I put in this morning, and Susie's got math homework that we need to work on, and both of them need to shower, and then we'll call the night. Okay, sounds good. ABC Credit Card Company. This is Carla. How can I help you today? Hi, Carla. My name is Jane Smith, and we are pretty past due on our credit card account. From what I understand, the card has been canceled, and we need to figure out. Can you just look at the account so that you can see what I'm talking about? Yes, Mrs. Smith. Hold on one second. Let me bring it up. What is your card number? Okay. Yes, I do see that the account right now is 2 months past due. It's running on 3. it'll be 3 months past due on the 11th. Yes, the card has been canceled for non-payment, so obviously it cannot be used anymore. And right now I do see the past due balance of $1,200. When will you be paying that? Well, I was hoping that you guys would be able to help me out with that because we've just run really behind on our bills right now. Is there any type of catastrophe in your house? Did somebody lose a job? No, I've said this story before. We just suck with bills. That's it. And we're just trying to get on a better budgeting system, and we're not paying attention. And well, since you're not able to provide any type of documentation that there was a job loss or a medical emergency, there's the best that I would be able to do is to take the 2 months that you're past due, the $1,200, and split it up, over the next 2 months to bring the account current. If you can do that, then I can hold the account off from going 3 months past due. And as long as you make that first payment of $600. So right now your monthly payments are $600 per month. So your payments will now be $1,200 per month. And that will be due on the 11th of March, and then another one that will be due on the 11th of April. That will bring the account current. Okay, Carla, but what about the interest rate? There's nothing that I can do about the interest rate. The interest rate will remain as it is. So, yeah, the interest rate will continue to accrue. There's nothing that I can do, again, because there was no, imminent emergency or anything along those lines. I can just set it up, for a 60-day partial payment arrangement. And as long as both of those are made on time, well, can the account ever be reinstated? No, ma'am. The account has been closed. And if there is not another payment due by March 11th, it will go into our internal collections department. And if it goes 4 months past due, then we will send it out for further collections outside the bank. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you can set the account up right now for what, a 2-month partial payment arrangement? Yes, ma'am. So I can set it up now where I can take the $1,200, add $600 onto March 11th and $600 onto April 11th, and that will stop the account from going into that 3-month delinquency. Okay, and we're still going to be at the same interest rate. Yes, Miss Smith. You'll still be at the same interest rate. Well, can you sign me up for it? And I will talk to my husband, and we'll have to find the money somehow. Okay, just to let you know that if the payment is not received by March 11th, within the next couple days after March 11th, probably by the 13th or the 14th, then the account will be referred to our internal collections department. And then if it's not paid by April 11th, that it will go out for further collection. If the payment by March 11th is not paid on time, then that null and voids your partial payment arrangement. Okay. All right. Well, let me talk to my husband, John, and see what we can do. If you can set that up for me for right now, yes, I can email you a form just documenting what we have stated, and you can go ahead and electronically sign that and send that back. Okay, Carla, thank you very much. I appreciate your help today. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Smith. Have a good day. Well, I don't know how freaking helpful that was, but why I didn't. Did I expect anything else? Of course not. All right, let's go on to number 2. Okay. XYZ Credit Card Company. This is Stefan. What can I do for you? Hi, Stefan. My name is Jane Smith. I have a card that is currently 2 months past due right now. And my husband and I have just fallen behind on some of our bills, and we just wanted to see if we could talk to somebody about trying to, you know what I mean, if there are any programs or trying to catch up on this bill. Yes, Ms. Smith, I have your account right here. So yes, I see the account is right now about $880 past due. And when will you be making that payment? Well, I just said to you that we're having some financial difficulty right now. Well, has anybody experienced a job loss, a medical emergency, or anything along those lines? No, we're just trying to get our financial situation kind of back under control again. So you're making the same amount of money as 6 months ago. So you're really not having any type of financial problems. Well, we just suck at budgeting. How about that? Well, that's really not something that we can be able to help you with, Mrs. Smith. If you're making the same amount of money, I just don't understand why it was that you couldn't just make these payments. I don't know, Stefan. They just got a little carried away, and we stopped keeping track of what we were doing and what we were spending, and it was just I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I would hate for the account to be canceled. Is there anything that XYZ credit card company can do to try to help us get into a better financial position with the account? No, I'm sorry, Ms. Smith. There's really nothing else that we're going to be able to, to do without some type of documentation that there's been some type of emergency or catastrophe or something along those lines. So the $880, your next payment is due on the 14th of March. And at that point, you will be 3 months past due. If the account is not caught up to date by the 14th or the 14th of March, we will be referring the account out for collections. And and then the entire balance will be due. So I have until the 14th of March to pay you the $880 that's past due plus the $440 that is now current. Yes, ma'am. So that's about a little over $1,300 that is now due by the 14th of March. And like I said, without some documentation, there's nothing that we really can do to help you out here. You are continuing to accrue late fees and interest charges. So I don't know what to tell you at this particular point. You're just going to have to find the money somewhere. Is there a family member that you can borrow it from? I'm done borrowing money from family. I'm not borrowing any more money from family. I owe them enough. Well, then, you know what I mean? As of the 14th, the account will be canceled. It is maxed out at its credit line. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit over that. Your credit line is $7,500 and you're running right now at $8,000. So you can't charge anymore. Yeah, I know I can't charge anymore. Well, That's about all that we can do for you, Mrs. Smith. That's it. That's, you know what I mean. You gotta somehow or another, come up with some money. Is there something that you can sell? Is there? Well, we just sold our boat. We're trying to catch up on our mortgage, so that so our house doesn't get foreclosed on. Well, I don't really have anything to offer you at this particular point. The collection calls will continue, and if you need any more information about what collection agency it will be going out to, just give us a call back and let us know. Okay, Stefan. Well, thanks for nothing. Thanks for the information. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Smith. Have a good day. Well, that's another $1,300 that is freaking due in a week and a half. Where are we going to get that money from? Oh my gosh. I don't even... How did we get into this? How did we get into this position? How could we been so stupid and naive? Well, John is going to love this one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Let's see. What do we have next? Triple T. $15,000. Oh my God. This is the big one. $1,700 past due. I bet you they're not going to be able to help me. I know they're not. I know they're not going to be able to help. Well, let's just give them a call and find out, because what the hell do I have to lose at this point? As Jane is talking to herself sitting in her car. Triple T Credit Card Company. This is Maria. Hi, Maria. My name is Jane Smith. I am currently $1,700 past due on my account. And, is there anything, well, before we go any further, Miss Smith, can I have the credit card number, the account number, so I can take a look at the account? Sure. Okay, yep, I see. We are 2 months past due. We are $1,700 past due right now, and is there anything that's going on in your household? Or nope, like I told my other credit card companies, my husband and I just lost track of spending and what was being paid, and we suck at budgeting. We've always just been terrible at spending money and saving money, and well, it's about time that we became big fat grown-ups and just I don't know. I'm very sorry, Maria. I'm extremely frustrated right now with ourselves, and that's okay, Mrs. Smith. Just it's okay. Just take a deep breath. We understand that everybody right now is just kind of, feeling the financial strain of increased grocery costs and gas, and so, well, it looks like you've had the card for a really long time. Yeah, we've been with you guys for years, since we got married. And it looks like I don't see that we've ever set you up on a partial payment arrangement. No, as a matter of fact, this is probably the first time that I've even spoken to you guys. Okay, well, this is what we can do. Again, this is a one-time offer for anybody, you know what I mean, that is experiencing some financial difficulties. I can set you up on a 6-month payment arrangement. We can take whatever the past due amount of $1,700 is and spread it out over a 6-month payment, payment time frame. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that you can take the $1,700, split it up over a 6-month payment plan, right? Yes, ma'am. So it will be roughly $283 more a month. Your payments right now are $800 a month because the balance is so high. So the 1,700 divided by 6 is 283 a month. So you'd have to end up paying, let's see, $1,083 a month. Really? Yep, we can do that for you. You've been a long time, long time standing customer with ours. For the most part, you've made most of your payments on time. I do see here that there were, time here that it may have been a couple of days or a couple of weeks late, but yeah, I can go ahead and offer that to you right now. Okay, here's my other question, Maria. What about the interest rate? Because we're getting killed by interest charges. Yep. So as long as my manager signs off on it, which I don't foresee him having a problem with it, we can take your interest rate right now is 21.99%. We can go ahead and take that and split that in half. So that'll take you down to, roughly 11% interest, if that helps out. Oh, Maria, you are an angel, considering the other credit card company that I just got off the phone with who would do absolutely nothing for us. Yeah, I know. Some of the other ones can be pretty rough, but like I said, you've been a long-standing customer with us with a decent payment history, so we just we understand that people just get into ruts from time to time. So but the next payment is due by the 17th of March. So you will have to have the $1,083 in by the 17th of March. If it is not paid by that time, then the partial payment arrangement is null and void, and then the account will be canceled. It will roll into 3 months past due, and then that it will go to internal collections. Maria, I will make sure that you get your money. I will talk to my husband, and we will make sure that you get the 1,083. Okay, well, there is a form that I can go over, and I can email to you. If you can electronically send it back to us, that would be great. Yes, here's my email address. I will have that back to you as soon as I get home from work. Okay, thank you very much. Maria, thank you again for all of your help. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, thank you very much, Miss Smith. You have a good day. I'll get that form right on over to you. Oh. So Jane takes a very, very deep breath in her car as she's eating a pack of M&Ms for lunch, because she's deathly afraid to spend money now, which she shouldn't, but so she'll take that and she'll add it to the list of items that she needs to go over to with John, and then they'll have to sit down on Thursday and try to work this in the best way that they possibly can. So the next one up was car insurance, which was very, very important because both of her vehicles are financed. So one of the agreements with any vehicle that is financed, that they do need to be able to maintain insurance on it. So ABC Insurance Company, this is Sharon. How can I help you? Hi, Sharon. My name is Jane Smith, and I am currently 2 months behind on my car insurance. And I was just wondering if there was anything that ABC Insurance Company would be able to do to try to help us, try to, a payment plan, anything along those lines that would be able to not have our policy canceled. Well, let me take a look at the policy, Mrs. Smith. Take 1 second for me. Okay. Yes, I do see right now the account is $240 past due. Unfortunately, because you've been in default before, I'm looking on the account. In the last year, we have sent you 2 other cancellation notices. There is probably nothing that I'm going to be able to do. So right now, your next payment date on the account is due by the 20th of March. So in order to keep the policy active, we'll need the 240 plus another 120. So 360 altogether is due by the 20th of March, or the policy itself will be canceled. So if you would not have had those other two cancellation notices go out, I probably would have been able to help you out a little bit. But yeah, that's just kind of standard right now. You know what I mean? According to our policy in the insurance, in the insurance field. Okay. All right. Sharon, I'll talk to my husband about it, and we'll see what we can do to try to come up with the money. Now just know, Mrs. Smith, that both of the vehicles are financed. So if the policy is canceled, we have to notice the finance company on both vehicles and let them know that there is no insurance on it. And then, you know what I mean, the finance company for both of those vehicles will be contacting you with their policies with regards to, non-payment or insurance. Oh, well, I didn't realize that. Yeah, yes, Ms. Smith. According to your financing, it is required that car insurance be maintained on both vehicles. Okay, well then I guess it is very important that we get you that money as soon as possible. Yeah. Some insurance companies will repo the cars if there is no insurance. Some other insurance policy, some other financing companies will try to work with you on it, but it just depends on the finance company. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Let me talk to my husband about this, and I will make sure that I come by the office and drop that money off by the 20th. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Smith. You have a good day. Thank you, Sharon. Why don't we just keep adding it on? So that would be another $320. Oh my God. My head is splitting, and I just, how are we going to do this? Okay. All right. Okay. One more to call. John's student loan. Okay. XYZ Student Loan Company. This is Mike. How can I help you? Hi, Mike. My name is Jane Smith, and I'm calling on behalf of my husband's student loan. We are currently $600 past due on it right now, and we were hoping to see if there is anything that you guys be able to do to try to help us bring the account back in current again. Mrs. Smith, before I go any further, is the loan just in your husband's name? Yeah. He took, the loan was taken out in his name years and years and years ago before him and I got married. Unfortunately, because the loan is only what is your husband's name? John Smith. Because the loan is only in John's name. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me take a look at the account. Yeah. I'm not seeing that you are any type of authorized user, authorized person for us to talk to you about. In other words, there's been no point that John has called in and said that he was giving authorization for us to talk to you about the account. So unfortunately, I can't divulge any information about the loan itself, even though I'm his wife. Yes, ma'am. Because the loan was only put in his name. I can't divulge any information. Now, is John there? No, he's at work right now. If John wants to call in and we can ask him a series of questions, and he can give us authorization to speak with you about the account, then I can divulge information. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do until we speak with John. Well, okay then. I will let me talk to him, and I will have him give you guys a call tomorrow to see if we can work on some type of repayment arrangement. Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Smith. You have a good day. Okay. You too, Mike. Thanks. So, hi everybody. So as you can see, Jane has been extremely stressed out for the last 2 days. Some of her credit cards will help her, some of them won't. Some of them she needs to, her and John are going to have to figure out where all this money is going to come from. As you heard, John was able to sell his boat, so they're able to at least try to catch up on their mortgage and their electric bill, which is going to be the most important of all, is being able to keep the lights on and keep a roof over their head. So Jane's pretty stressed right now. John is very tired. He is working, 10 to 12 hours a day. Jane is just, she, as you can tell, she just has a splitting headache. So, as you can see, some of the credit card companies were willing to work with them. Some of them, other ones were not. And this is pretty common amongst the banks. Some, it just depends on who they got on the phone and who they did not. So moving forward, in the next episode, John and Jane are going to sit down and work out a budget as to what needs to be paid, what is going to prioritize, what their next paychecks are going to look like for the rest of the month. So they have a lot of work to do in front of them. And if you are one of those individuals that do have payments that are past due right now, like I said before in previous videos, being able to reach out to these companies that you do owe money to and find out who will help you and who will not. Once you have definitive answers, you can try to start working that into your budget. Some companies, like the car payment company, where they just automatically put the account back up to date. She doesn't have to worry about paying that past due amount. Some of the other companies, like the XYZ, that will not help her at all. Those ones that will not help you, that are looking to expedite the accounts into collections, those are the ones that will hurt your credit. So John and Jane have a long road in front of them. They really, really and honestly do. But in the next episode, they're going to work through their budget. I'll have a listing of everything that is past due, when it's due, how they're going to go about paying this and catch us up to date. Again, I hope you guys like this series. Please understand, and I'll make the disclaimer again, that I am not a financial advisor. I am not any type of marriage counselor, because John and Jane, their marriage is being tested right now. So just from my credit and collections background and from the information that I got off the internet, again, some companies will help you, some will not. A lot of these numbers are, they're close to what they should be, but they're not to the penny. Some of these numbers I just started pulling for, you know what I mean, for video content only. But so don't dig into the numbers, dig into the concept. That's the big thing that I want everybody to take out of this, to look through these steps and try to do the best you can and communicate with these companies. So I'll be posting another video probably again here in the next couple of days. And hopefully at that particular point, John and Jane will be able to work through this and keep their stress level down and keep their marriage, you know what I mean, together. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Please like, subscribe, hit that Wall Street bell, notification bell, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.